Hey, it's Alex, and I'm going to make sure you're avoiding death in Shin Megami Tensei 5, the grandfather of the Persona series with awkwardly glorious locks of flowing blue hair. This RPG has one goal in mind, making sure to kill you every chance it gets, but if you put these important gameplay tips to full use, you might just survive your way through it all. Number 1. Adjusting the affinities of your main character and transferring passive resist skills is massive important. Just ask my main character dude, who I made practically unkillable with those systems. He resists or completely blocks every element, including physical damage, which also cancels out 2 enemy turns if they miss hitting him. Nice try, difficulty. So, try to hold on to and use very wisely any demon essences you come across that have passive resist skills, like Null Ice, Resist Force, and so on. If a certain boss is ruining your day by taking down your healer in one shot because of their lame fire weakness, simply throwing on a Resist Fire passive into their skill bar completely covers that one and only exploit. Also, when changing out your main character's elemental affinities, always try to avoid any weakness to specifically light or dark. Those spells can instantly kill you if you have a weakness to light or dark, and you definitely want to avoid those devastating surprise save-reverting deaths of your main character. If you've played many RPGs, you probably know that feeling, and it's usually accompanied by a disdainful upward ceiling stare. Number 2. If you have at least one more turn icon left that is not flashing white, there's actually a lot you can do with just that one turn, even if your character can't exploit a weakness with a skill. For example, I could just do a normal wimpy attack or skill here, but that would end my turn right away. Instead, I could freely pass my turn once to the next demon on my list, which I know has a skill that can exploit that enemy. Or, if you and your teammate don't have the right element you need, you can freely change out your next demon to someone else. This gives you a bonus turn to that next member on your team, letting you not only freely swap out demons, but also use it to exploit an enemy at the same time. Third option, you can use damaging elemental items instead if you don't have the right skill on you, which gives you a bonus turn to use that next demon as well. This turns what was one mediocre turn into 2 strong ones. Number 3. A bit into the game, start keeping a lookout for any demon essences you come across with the Endure skill. This allows you to survive any fatal blow once. Slap this skill on specifically your main character as soon as you find it, and no more surprise one-shot game over deaths ever. There's also an even better version of the skill later on that fully heals you after it pops. I tested stacking both versions of the Endure skill, and yes, you can completely avoid death 2 times with both of those on. Thinking how long it's been since your last save just got drastically less stressful. Number 4. I recommend holding on to any items that improve your demon's stats or skill potentials till after halfway through the game. If you spread these out too thin and replace your demons fairly often, you won't really see much of a difference. Instead, I stocked up on those and saved them to make a really OP healer and magic damage dealer, which carried me through the entire second half of the game. I greatly boosted her magic stat, vitality, HP, and MP, and maxed out her healing skill potential, force potential, and light potential, making those skills even stronger. If you use those saved up stat boosting items for the right demon you don't plan on ever replacing, you can make a powerhouse in the late game. Number 5. Your favorite demons will be probably dying quite often during those tougher fights, but you really don't want to leave them in your roster like that. Any team members that are dead at the end of combat do not get any XP from that fight. Ouch. So for the mini-boss or big boss battles, if you know victory is near, try to quickly revive any dead members before you finish off the fight, so that everyone gets to soak up that juicy XP at the end. Number 6. You will come across some combat situations like this, where you think doing this AOE attack that exploits 2 enemies' weaknesses while one of them blocks it is a good trade-off. However, anytime just one enemy completely blocks, nullifies, absorbs, or evades one of your attacks, you get 2 turn charges instantly taken away. Having more turns to play more of your teammates is almost always a better outcome, so avoid hitting those shield icons on enemies or using attacks too often that have low accuracy. Sometimes only having the AOE versions of skills instead of the single target ones isn't always the best way to go. Number 7. Managing your MP resource is a major thing in this game, and I very much recommend grabbing the Restore passive when you come across a demon essence with that skill. The Restore passive will refund back 10 MP when landing critical hits or exploiting weaknesses. Let's be honest, that's 90% of the game. That 10 MP is pretty much cutting your skill costs in half, but there's also a better version of the skill later which gives you back 20 MP. Yep, already tried it. You can stack both of these effects to get 30 MP back, which with many skills is giving you MP to cast them. You can also use the elemental gem items to exploit weaknesses instead, which will apply the Restore skills, giving you free MP without you having to use any whatsoever to cast. Number 8. Although I usually just like watching my RPG battle animations 50, 100, 500 plus times, sometimes you just want the battles to play out a bit quicker. If you tap the A button during an animation, you'll cancel out of it, speeding up combat quite a bit. You can also go into the options and set this to happen automatically if you're really trying to grind out some battles quickly. Number 9. When you want to capture more demons but your party is full, well, you're gonna have to remove at least one. But wait, don't do that just yet. Head into the Demon Fusion system and the Reverse Compendium Fusion. Look for any demon you have yet to find, marked as unregistered, and use that demon you are just about to delete to register a new one. This drastically reduces the summoning cost since you already have one of the required demons in your roster. I then took that new turtle dragon thing I just made and fused it with another demon in my roster to make yet another entirely new one I hadn't registered yet. So I freed up a spot on my team, registered 2 brand new demons, and it only cost me 1,500 Maka instead of well over 10,000 if I made them from scratch. Efficient demonic economics, yo. Number 10. If you don't have at least 5 spyglasses on you at all times, you're kinda blowing it. Not only are these key to instantly knowing everything about a boss fight, but they're also almost required for taking down these misshapen jelly bean looking spirits you'll be randomly coming across. Using a spyglass will let you know which element you need to use on them before they try to escape. If you manage to take one down in time, they drop very important items depending on their color. The red spirits will drop a grimoire item which can be used to instantly level up a demon who is lower level than the main character. The blue spirits will drop a glory crystal which can be consumed to grant some of the glory resource which is used to unlock miracles. The shiny gold ones will drop high value sellable items that can be traded for Maka. And the bronze brownish ones, or whatever color that is, will drop a gospel item which will provide a full level up for your main character. Number 11. You will occasionally find large glowing demon statues hidden around each area. Lovely. When you interact with them, they'll instantly level up all of your demons to their next level, even if it's above your main character's level. So if a lot of your demons are really close to leveling up anyways, that is a terrible time to consume those statues. You can tactically use those grimoire items to pop your demon's level up to the highest you can get them, and then use the statue to push them beyond the main character's limit. And very last, number 12. You will regularly be stumbling upon these strange little creatures which are stuffed into just about every nook and cranny possible in each region. These give you a little bit of glory for each one you find, but you don't need to lose your mind trying to seek out each and every one of these your first time through an area. Towards the later part of a region, you'll find one of these floating fox-looking demons you can talk to, and if you can afford their fee, they'll mark on your map where each of those creatures are. Hopefully that saves you a little time. And those were the main tips I had for you today, which ideally take SMT5's difficulty down from brutal to a tiny less brutal. Now, if you haven't even started playing the game just yet, or are just in the beginning, I recommend my other video which shows how to get an early super strong team before even taking on the first boss and without just grinding XP. Go check that out if you haven't, but most importantly, thanks for watching this one. This has been Alex, stay safe out there in SMT5, and make sure to wash your hands thoroughly after all that demon summoning. I'll see you.